Hi guys, today I'm very privileged to have one of the latest entries from TCL. We have with us 65-inch TCL C6K model. And this is a version that has been released in the market around 6th March, early 2025. This is a combination of QLED and mini LED I've just seen there, and it's a Google TV. There are so many features in this TV that I'd love you to know just before you make your next purchase, because I think definitely, if not tomorrow, in the next coming days, you'll have yourself this TCL TV. So what are the features in this TV that made me so interested in this particular model of TCL? Let's just have a look at all those features within the shortest time possible. And just before that, ensure that you hit on the subscribe button. And as usual, don't forget to hit on the like button. This is the home interface of the TCL TV. It might look familiar because all the Google TVs have this same interface, but just as any other electronic gadget, sometimes the outward appearance might look similar to any other gadget. But now, all the special things or all the features that makes this TV very unique are deep inside. We have the setting interface, we have the physical appearance. There's some things at the back that maybe you might not be able to see, but I'll just ensure that you see them. Have a look at the edge, the frame of the TV. It might look thicker, which might be disadvantageous to some of us, but I'll let you know the advantage of it being a bit thick compared to some other slim models that you've seen on the market. That is how the back cover is. And if you're familiar with QLED TCL, you can see the back part is not the same as we used to have on the other previous TCL TVs. You can see it's a bit rough in nature. And then right at the center there, you can see right here, we have two circles. Yeah, those are subwoofers. This is not your any other day-to-day TV. It is equipped with two stereo speakers, down-firing speakers, just as you normally have on all of the other TVs, right underneath it here. But at the back, we have two subwoofers just to enhance the sound quality. Just the way I normally emphasize for TV, the manufacturers should mainly focus on the display and not the sound quality. But again, in most of the time, you might not be having a soundbar or a good sound system to entertain yourself with the TV. Therefore, it comes with all the packages. You have two subwoofers for the bass, and then you have speakers for sound quality. By design, there's nothing different on the interface. We have the TCL logo right over here. Underneath it, we have the LED. Just down there, we have the power on button. And as I said, the home interface, this is how it looks like. Google TV. If you want to do all the other settings, you have to maneuver to where we have the settings. We have shortcuts here, accessibility. You can change all these shortcuts to put the one that you want to access faster. You have inputs, we have Wi-Fi, we have the Bluetooth shortcuts and the rest. Right here at home, we have the library, then we have the applications. Remember, it's a Google TV, and with Google TV, you have Google Play Store on it. It's just like an Android TV, but now it's an advanced. There's usually that confusion that comes between Android TV and Google TV. And just to clear out things, Google TV is an advanced of an Android TV. So previously we had Smart, then we went to Android, and then now we are at Google TV. So here we have applications. By default, you can see the apps that are installed on the TV. And I know most of us, maybe some of these apps, we won't use them. But if you want to add your preference apps, then you just come here to search your apps. Remember one thing, you have to sign in to the TV through your Gmail. You have to create a Google account so that you can access all the other applications. This is how the remote looks like. Just before I go further, it's a new design of TCL remote. If you're familiar with TCL, then you realize this remote is completely different. The feel on it, it's very premium. And actually, by just trying to press on it like this, it doesn't look like it's going to break apart easily. And remember, for the previous TCL version, the one that had the longer remotes, after some long time of usage, the remote could break apart right at the center or underneath it. But on this one, I don't think there's going to be that issue with it. See here, the batteries are AAA batteries. We have, yeah, so if by any chance there's a TCL manufacturer watching this video, then I'll love to know what this slot here is for, because definitely there's a function of that slot. You can see in there we have like some holes. They look like a charging port or something, but there's something here interesting that I'll love to know about. Now, onto the interface of the remote. It's very precise. There are no many buttons. You just have the most important functions or buttons that you'll need, like the volume button, you have the channel button, We have, if you want to initiate the numbers or the numerical keys, then you long press on the 1, 2, 3 button. You'll have access to all the other buttons. Here we have the Netflix shortcut, we have the Amazon Prime Video, we have the YouTube. These are the most important applications on any smart TV. I know maybe you might be asking where are those shortcuts for football fanatics, DSTV. That's not important here. Those are just additional, but mainly we usually have Netflix, Amazon Prime. Then definitely because it's TCL, we have TCL now shortcuts just for them. Here we have the channel icon, we have the home menu. This is the Google TalkBack feature right over here. If at all, maybe you're tired of just pressing on the icons, then you'll just press on this microphone icon for you to be able to control the TV. We have the most important part of this remote, that it cannot function without this central part. And the feel here is actually very good. You can see there's that dripping towards the center button, and then the central button is a bit elevated so that you have that nice feel right over here. Up here you have a small hole for the microphone. Definitely if you have these, you have to have these, because this is where you have your microphone on your TV. We have the shortcut icon, power button, and all those buttons that you'll need. Let's just maneuver to the settings to see what you have. If there's anything new, we have the channel inputs, we have the display. These are the most important part of this TV, the display and the sound settings. Because remember, it's a QLED mini LED. And just as I said earlier, you have subwoofers for good sound. The sound engine of this particular TV, it's supported by Onkyo. I know it's right at the back there. We are not going to be able to see it, but I'll just attach a photo to so that you can see clearly what it is. Under display and sound, we have picture settings, and then we have sound settings. Without you adjusting these settings, then you won't be able to enjoy using this particular TV. Now let's have a look at what we have at the pictures, especially the display and sound. For the pictures, you see here, there are many settings that you can be able to configure so that you get to have clear pictures, very bright pictures, or vibrant colors, images coming out from the TV just as you wish to see them. Here under pictures settings, we have different presets: vivid mode, standard mode. See, we have sports mode, filmmaker mode. This is a very, very underrated setting, filmmaker mode. Put your TV to filmmaker mode. You're going to restore the real film scene and feel the filmmaker's expression of the image. You see, most of these movies or videos that we watch, maybe on YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, the different settings or different color settings that those filmmakers normally put on those particular videos. For us to experience those colors just as they should be without having them being altered by the TV, you put your picture settings or picture preset setting to filmmaker mode so that you enjoy those or you get to experience those colors. But remember, that is only applicable to official movie sites like Netflix, Amazon Prime. For sports mode, definitely if you're a football fanatic, then it's always advisable to put your picture setting to sport mode. For standard, if you don't care about your TV, just want to watch the television, then definitely just put it on picture to standard mode. But it comes with one advantage, because it's a power saving mode recommended for daily home use. Other than that, you have individual settings. You can adjust the brightness levels. Remember, brightness, it's different from contrast. For brightness, we improve the amount of light coming out from the TV, like you're increasing the backlights levels. Right here we have it at 65. If you adjust the brightness levels from maybe 65 to, let me just adjust it to 100. Now you see it's a bit brighter, but again, remember, you're increasing the power consumption. So you have to consider all those. If you are good or if you're okay with power consumption, because remember, with high power consumption, then electricity bill definitely goes up. That is something you have to consider. If you don't care about that, then just put it at 100. If you are viewing your TV from a close range, I normally advise reducing the brightness, because these big televisions, especially the QLED mini LEDs like these ones, they normally have so much high brightness. And if you're watching at a closer range with high brightness, then chances of your eyes going bad is high. So I normally advise you reduce the brightness levels to at least 50 or even 60. At that close range, you'll still be able to see the videos on the TV popping out just as they should be. Then we have the black levels. Now, for the black levels, if you adjust the black levels, you'll be able to see that difference between a bright image and a dark image. I'll just show you that with the YouTube videos. You see the difference here. From this explanation, we're having a green leaf, and you can see the dark parts. If you adjust the black levels, you have the first part where we have the strong black levels differentiating from the green and the blacks. But you see here, it's a bit pale, and you can't actually separate the green and the black or the dark parts. So there are so many settings here that you can adjust, and these settings requires Pro to adjust them. And then we have color settings, adjust them to your liking. We have clarity. These two settings, you won't be able to find them in the 4K versions of TCL TV, but they're only applicable to QLED and mini-LED versions, where you have the clarity and the motion settings. So for clarity, you can see you can still be able to adjust the sharpness of the image, and right over here there's just an explanation. And what I really love about TCL TVs and even Google TV is with these settings you have a small explanation of the settings on what the settings can do. So it's very easy for you as an individual to adjust these settings without requiring a professional to adjust for you these, because for each and every setting you have an explanation of what this does. You have noise reduction, you have explanation here, it reduces the compression of noise on the image. We have motion setting. Now this is important for controlling settings such as motion clarity and judder reduction. If you are planning to use a TV for gaming or connecting it to a CPU, then it's important to adjust the motion here, so that at least you can set the motion clarity to medium, high, or custom, your preference, because for gaming definitely you'll be having high moving images. You have so many other settings that you'll adjust on your own. For sound, again, here we have sound presets. If at a particular moment you're using a TV to listen to music, then put your sound presets to music. And this is only applicable if you're using the internal speakers of the TV. If you're using it for music, then put it for music mode. For voice, this is good for focusing on vocals and enhancing vocal clarity. If you're watching maybe, let's say, a dialogue or a podcast, then voice mode is important. Game mode is for gaming. Sports mode, sports and game is just almost the same thing. And then we have intelligent mode. This is like AI mode. It will be able to determine the type of content you're watching from the TV. It will be able to automatically determine if you're watching a movie, you're listening to music, it will switch from those presets on its own. That's why you have the intelligent mode right over there. Standard mode, just like picture mode, is just common for people who don't mind about those things. Then just put your TV to standard. You have customization. You can be able to change these. Bass enhancer, you can be able to adjust the bass, because remember we have subwoofers at the back of this particular TV. So if you don't feel them like they're thudding as they should be, then enhance the bass to either medium, low, or high. Again, we have audio processing. This is a very critical feature that most of us normally ignore it, but it's a very important aspect. If you bought your TV for entertainment purpose mainly, you're planning to listen to quality music from it, watch quality movies, then you have to come to where we have the audio processing and ensure it's on auto mode, not off, because on auto mode it can be able to switch between Dolby Atmos or DTS Virtual X. Now under Dolby Atmos, you see here, you can be able to enjoy a better sound experience when listening to Dolby encoded audio, because the sound will be emanating from all the corners of this particular TV. It will be creating like a Dolby Atmos atmosphere, where you get to experience sound coming from all the corners of the TV, even though we only have two speakers at the bottom and the subwoofers at the back. Then we have Dolby Virtual X, which it's a better sound experience when listening to DTS encoded audio. Now, under audio output settings, which is critical again, if you're planning to connect your TV with any other external sound system like a soundbar or just home theater, then audio output settings is normally important. Under here we have auto mode. It can be able to detect the sound that you've connected the external output, like Bluetooth mode, like internal speaker. We have HDMI ARC, which is right here on this side of the TV. We have the ports right over here. You notice one thing, that the ports are just close to the edge here. In some other models, we did have these ports close to the center of the TV, so accessing them when the TV is mounted was a bit difficult. But right here, just close to where you can easily access the ports. So right here you can see we have the first one is the optical port, and then we have the digital port right over here for digital TV or terrestrial or aerial. Then we have four HDMI ports. So the number of ports is very sufficient. If you're planning to connect your PlayStation right over here, if you're planning to connect your home theater or AV receiver through these ports, then it's quite okay. Remember, for these ports we have one that is HDMI ARC that supports sound transfer from the TV to the home theater or your soundbar. Right over here we have the RJ45 port, and then two USB. The first one, the blue one, is the 3.0 port, and then we have the traditional previous 2.0 ports right over there. So it's well equipped with number of ports and all the ports that you require. So for the HDMI ARC, if you've connected your TV using HDMI and you want the TV to transfer the sound from the TV to the home theater or soundbar, then come and enable the ARC mode. And you see with audio ARC mode, outputs from the ARC is connected to the device. So it means the sound will be transferred right over here from the TV to the sound devices you see right over here. We also have the optical mode, and you can also be able to connect an external subwoofer, which is an audio output from external subwoofer and TV speaker at the same time. Privacy setting, very, very important. Don't ignore these. Come here and adjust them to your liking. Location, access, microphone access, maneuver through all these settings because they're very important, and your privacy is important. If you don't care about your privacy, then definitely that won't help you. We have applications. Remember, it's a Google TV. You can be able to add applications. These are all the applications that we have right over here. So many applications right here. For those who love to transfer files from a mobile phone to your TV, then definitely use Send Files to TV. Install it both on your TV and on your mobile phone for easier transfer of files. We have Spotify. These are default applications that come with the TV, and they're all accessible on the Play Store. Now, system. Everything about the TV. So remember, we are running Android 12. I know you're wondering, how is it? Because this a TV that was released into the market in March 2025, and you're still running Android OS 12. For TVs, the Android version is different with the mobile versions. If you're familiar with these version numbers, then you realize that on mobile phone, we are actually close to Android 16. But for television, the latest one we have is Android 14. And right here we have the 12 versions. There's no that much difference in these Android versions. Any application that will run on this Android version 12 will still run on the Android version 14. So you're not missing out on anything else. And we have the latest Android security patch level that is on for February 2025, which can still be updated. Here under the product information, you can be able to see all the features of this TV that you won't be able to see. Now, we have the serial number, not important. We have the resolution here. It supports 4K definitely. Remember, it's QLED mini LED, but that is just things to do with the interior design of the TV. For the QLED, the background lighting, the screen panel, but the maximum resolution we have is 4K. The RAM capacity we have right over here is 3 GB. ROM capacity is 32 GB, sufficient enough for you to install all the other applications that we love to install on the TV. Screen refresh rate is 144 Hz. For gamers, you're well covered with 144 Hz. You can watch any type of content that has higher than 60 Hz on this particular TV. And this is not the only limit we have for this TV. Here we have a variable refresh rates from 48 to 288 Hz. That means if you lower the content quality, assuming you are using this TV to play games maybe at 4K. So at 4K, the maximum refresh rates you can be able to go is 144. But if you lower the resolution to 1080 Full HD, then you can be able to go past 144 up to 288 Hz. Audio technology, definitely we have Dolby Atmos support and Dolby Digital Surround support for audio. For display, still we have the Dolby Vision display IQ. We have the Dolby Vision for gamers, and then it's IMAX enhanced. That means the processor that we have over here, it supports Dolby Vision for clear images. It supports Dolby Vision for gaming. Then it also supports IMAX enhancing for upscaling videos. So if you're watching videos that have higher resolution, it will be able to upscale the videos to 4K so that they don't appear to be blurry. Some other settings that allow you to maneuver if you're having the TV, because I'm not going to put all those on this particular video, is under power and energy efficiency, because we're living at a time where power and energy is very, very important. So these are settings that I think should give a go. Remember, if you put a TV on energy saver mode, the image or the display quality is going to change, because definitely it's not going to perform at best level because it's trying to save some energy, and that means the lighting, the vibrancy of the colors is going to be affected under energy saver mode. So this is up to you to adjust it. You see the brightness level is going to maintain at 65. You have adaptive brightness. Adaptive brightness means the TV will be able to detect the ambient room of where you are. If you are in a room that has lighting like this, then definitely it's going to improve or to increase the brightness so that you can still be able to see what's on the screen. But if you're in a dark room, you don't need that much brightness. The brightness level is going to go down to certain levels that will still ensure that the display quality is quite okay. Standby mode, very, very important setting that you should always ensure that it's on doze mode. Remember, if you put it on doze mode, if you hit on the power button right over here to shut down the TV will go to doze mode. Yeah? So doze mode allows the TV to go to maintenance windows for crucial services. And you can see right over here, the doze mode allows the TV to perform background processing and updates intermittently while in standby. These will offer better user experience by utilizing resources while the TV is in standby. So that means when the TV is in standby, it will be able to update its softwares and all the other background running environment to ensure that the next time you're turning on the TV, everything else is working smooth, instead of turning it off manually from the power button. So it's not normally recommended to turn it off from the main switch actually. So we still have some other features like TCL Care, we have Apple AirPlay, HomeKit settings. Under the lock setting, it's a very huge topic, and this is a topic that I'm going to put on the next video after this. So just ensure that you hit on the subscribe button so that you don't miss on the special features that we have right over here. Very, very important, and I think you shouldn't miss out on what we have under the lock settings, especially if you're a parent and you want to limit your TV usage when you're not around. We have the sports mode and game master. If you're mainly going to use the TV for gaming, then game master is important for you. Sports mode, if you're using your TV to watch football related or sports related functions, then that is for you. Yeah, so we are going to put the Google Assistant into use right over here. Now let's play 8K video.
8K videos on YouTube for Android TV.
Now this is actually the most, I think this TV was actually designed for this. Have a look at this video, and I'm going to play it. Concentrate on the screen, have a look at the black levels, and whenever there's a color, maybe a white color, have a look at how it pops out, the vibrancy of the colors, and you'll see a difference. It might not be clear from the camera, but on the ground things are different, and I just want you to experience that. Let me play this video from the beginning. Now you see how dark the screen is. It's as if there's no background for the image. It's very dark. Have a look at the white parts and how the colors are popping, and now you can see the differences of, have a look at the reds, the dark parts we have right over here. Let's just analyze this image. So you see from this image, we have the dark parts, we have the white parts, we have the colorless parts of the glass, the green part. And here where we have the green parts, you can see how the green comes out. And just at the back of the green, we have the dark part, and it's still that you can still see the difference is very, very clear. That's because of the dimming levels we have on this particular TV. Remember, it's a QLED mini LED, so it's a combination of QLED TV and mini LEDs just at the back. So it means we have very small mini LEDs at the back, enhancing the QLED capabilities of this particular TV. But again, something you have to remember, all these will depend on the brightness levels that you've set for this particular TV, and even the picture color settings. Yeah, let's just use a normal video from, yeah, you know, you're familiar with this guy. This is McVein's food everywhere. So let's just use this simple video. Let me adjust it to the maximum quality settings we have right over here. You can see here the maximum quality of this particular video is 4K, but now we are currently playing it on 720 because it adjusts depending on the internet quality you have. So if you have good internet quality, then you'll enjoy it at 4K. Let's just give it a try, see if you'll be able to do that. Yeah, so now we have the video at 4K. It might not be playing, but
everyone, hope you're having an amazing day at Smart Meetings.
Yeah, so that is the video, and let's just see something here with the color presets. So right now we have it at standard mode. Let's adjust it to vivid mode to see how the picture quality appears. Now you see under vivid mode, the picture appears to be somehow soft, and the blue color is so enhanced. So if you're a fan of that vivid color, then put the setting to vivid mode. You can see how it turns out. If you put it to intelligent mode, you won't be able to see that difference quite much because it will be adjusting each and every time. And then we have sports mode right over here. You can see it's a bit bluish too, but this is good for football. And then for filmmaker mode, you can see now it's a bit different. The video appears to be warm, not as vibrant as it was in the vivid mode. Again, under movie mode and filmmaker mode, there is no much difference. Here we have brightness again. Remember, you can be able to adjust the brightness. Let's assume we have the picture mode in vivid mode, and then with brightness, let's adjust the brightness to 100. So you see how sharp and vibrant it becomes. But if you adjust the brightness levels to, let's say, 8, you see it's still vibrant, but now it's a bit dark, and you won't be able to see maybe what's on the screen if you're sitting far or quite a distance from the TV.
An ancient city of Jeddah in Saudi Arabia on the Red Sea coast.
So guys, that is all about TCL QLED mini LED C6K version. There's so many interesting things that maybe I've not discussed on this particular TV. And if at all you have the TV with you at the moment, let us know in the comment section what you love most about your particular TCL QLED mini LED. It might not be 65 inch, but maybe it's 85 inch or 75 inch. Let us know what you love about it. And again, let us know what you dislike about the particular TV. Otherwise, don't forget to leave a like on this particular video. Don't forget to subscribe as usual. See you next time on another review like this. Stay blessed.